Most people think they need one perfect credit card. But after running the numbers on actual household spending and current reward structures, I discovered something that changes everything. The difference between using one supposedly great card and deploying the right three-card combination. You're leaving anywhere from $800 to over $1,200 per year on the table. For a household spending $50,000 annually, that's real money disappearing because nobody showed you the math. Here's what separates people who maximize credit card rewards from those hemorrhaging opportunity. Strategic layering, not card hoarding, not chasing welcome bonuses every 3 months. Building a precise three-card system where each card captures its absolute peak earning rate across your actual spending categories. Why deep me? By the time you finish this breakdown, you'll know exactly which 3 cards belong in your wallet, why the conventional wisdom fails most people, and how to extract every dollar of available rewards without tracking spreadsheets or activating quarterly categories. The stakes here are higher than most realize. Average American households now spend $6,000 per year on groceries alone. Add dining, which averages $879 monthly, according to 2025 Empower data, plus gas and everything else, and you're easily clearing $40,000 to $60,000 in annual credit card purchases. The gap between earning 1.5% flat on everything versus capturing 4 to 6% on groceries, 3% on dining, and 2% on the rest. That's the difference between $600 and nearly $2,000 back in rewards. Every single year. Compound that over a decade, and you're looking at $15,000 in rewards you either capture or gift to the banks. Understanding how credit card rewards actually generate profit for banks reveals why most people lose this game. Banks engineer these programs to sound incredible, while ensuring the majority of cardholders never optimize. They advertise 6% cash back on groceries but cap it at $6,000 annually. They promise 3 points per dollar on dining, but only if you book through their proprietary portal. Premium cards tout 5% on travel, while burying foreign transaction fees in the fine print. The complexity isn't accidental, it's the business model. Toy. Banks profit when you carry the wrong card for the purchase, when you miss activation deadlines, when you exceed spending caps without realizing it. The credit card landscape has evolved dramatically over the past 5 years. Back in 2019 and 2020, your best option was maybe 2% flat on everything, with the Citi Double Cash. Simple but limiting. Today's cards offer 6% on supermarkets, 5% on travel through proprietary portals, 3% on dining that includes delivery services. But here's the trap that catches everyone. No single card dominates across all categories. The American Express Blue Cash Preferred crushes grocery spending at 6%, but gives you only 1% on gas. Chase Sapphire. Preferred earns 3 points on dining and travel, but nothing special for your weekly grocery run. Wells Fargo Active Cash delivers 2% on everything, but lacks the category multipliers that could push your returns higher. This fragmentation is precisely why the 3-card system works. You're not hunting for a unicorn card that doesn't exist. You're building a portfolio where each card plays to its absolute competitive advantage while covering the others' blind spots. Think of it like asset allocation in investing. You don't dump everything into one stock. You diversify across holdings that perform differently under various conditions. Same principle applies here. The first card in your setup handles the category that dominates household budgets in 2025: groceries and everyday essentials. For 90% of American households, this means the American Express Blue Cash Preferred. The card charges $95 per year, but here's what you actually get: 6% cash back on up to $6,000 in annual supermarket purchases, 6% on select US streaming subscriptions, 3% cash back on transit, including rideshare and parking, and 3% at US gas stations. Let's break down the actual math. Bureau of Labor Statistics data shows average household grocery spending hit $6,053 in 2023 and has continued climbing. On $6,000 of that spend at 6%, you're earning $360. Add typical gas spending of $1,500 annually at 3%. That's $45 more. Streaming services averaging around $120 per year at 6% adds $7.20. You're sitting at $412.20 in rewards. Subtract the $95 annual fee, and you've netted $317.20 from this single card. But here's the critical detail everyone misses. American Express defines groceries strictly. Walmart doesn't count. Target doesn't qualify. Costco and Sam's Club are excluded entirely. The 6% only triggers at traditional supermarkets like Safeway, Kroger, Whole Foods, Publix, and regional chains. This is where people torpedo the entire strategy by assuming all food purchases qualify. They don't. Warehouse clubs code differently in the payment network. If you do most shopping at Walmart or Target, this card loses 80% of its value, and you need to build around a different grocery card entirely. Assuming you shop at actual supermarkets, the Blue Cash Preferred becomes your daily driver for groceries, gas stations, transit expenses like Uber and Lyft, and streaming services. Everything else goes on card number 2. Your second card captures dining and travel, the second and third largest spending categories for most households. For this slot, Chase Sapphire Preferred dominates. $95 annual fee, earns 3 points per dollar on dining including restaurants, takeout and delivery services, 3 points on online grocery purchases, 3 points on select streaming services, 2 points per dollar on all other travel purchases, including flights, hotels, rental cars booked directly, 5 points per dollar on travel purchased through Chase's proprietary portal. Chase Ultimate Rewards points carry more value than American Express cashback because of transfer partners. One Chase point equals roughly 1.25 to 1.8 cents when transferred to airline partners like United or Southwest, or hotel programs like Hyatt. Compare that to Amex Blue Cash Preferred, where 1% equals exactly 1 cent. The multiplier effect compounds dramatically. Let's say you spend $7,000 annually on restaurants and food delivery. Empower's 2025 data shows Americans average $879 monthly on dining out, so $7,000 annually is actually conservative for many households. At 3 points per dollar, that's 21,000 Chase points. Redeemed through the Chase Travel Portal, those points are worth $262.50 at 1 point, 25 cents per point. Transfer them to Hyatt for a hotel redemption, and they could be worth $378 at 1.8 cents per point. Same spending, dramatically different value, depending on your redemption strategy. Add another $4,000 in travel spending, booked directly with airlines or hotels earning 2 points per dollar. That's 8,000 more points, worth $100 to $144, depending on redemptions. You're looking at $362 to $522 in value from Sapphire Preferred. Subtract the $95 annual fee, and you're netting $267 to $427 minimum. The hidden advantage nobody discusses. Chase Sapphire Preferred includes travel protections that save money beyond the rewards equation. Trip cancellation insurance covering up to $10,000 per trip. Baggage delay insurance if your bags are delayed more than 6 hours. Primary rental car collision coverage that lets you decline the $40 to $60 per day insurance rental companies push. These protections have real dollar value. One trip cancellation claim can justify 5 years of annual fees. Strategic deployment looks like this. Use Sapphire Preferred for all restaurant spending, including delivery apps. All travel bookings, whether through Chase or directly with providers. And as your international card, since it carries 0 foreign transaction fees. When traveling abroad, you're earning 3 points on dining and 2 points on everything else, while avoiding the 3% foreign transaction fee most cards charge. On a $5,000 international trip, that's $150 saved just by avoiding fees, plus $10,000 to $15,000. Chase points earned worth $125 to $270. Card number 3 completes the system by capturing the 40% of spending the first 2 cards miss. This is your flat rate workhorse for miscellaneous purchases that don't fit clean categories. For most people, this means Wells Fargo Active Cash, 2% cash rewards on every single purchase, 0 annual fee. That simplicity matters enormously. Why does this card matter when you already have 2 earning machines? Because 30 to 40% of household spending doesn't fall into groceries, gas, dining, or travel. You've got home improvement at Lowe's and Home Depot, clothing purchases, electronics, insurance payments, medical bills, utilities, charitable donations, veterinary expenses, all the random life spending. At $50,000 total annual spending, assuming $20,000 goes to groceries, gas, dining and travel through cards 1 and 2, you've got $30,000 hitting this third card at 2%. That's $600 back with 0 annual fee. The alternative is putting miscellaneous spending on Sapphire Preferred at 1 point per dollar, worth roughly 1.25 to 1.5 cents, generating $187.50 to $225. Or on Blue Cash Preferred at 1% flat, generating $150. And the difference between $225 and $600 is $375 in annual rewards you're forfeiting by using the wrong card for non-category purchases. This is where the mathematics becomes beautiful. Add all 3 cards together: $317 from Blue Cash Preferred, $267 to $427 from Sapphire Preferred, $600 from Active Cash. Total rewards range from $1,184 to $1,344. Subtract $190 in combined annual fees from the 2 premium cards, and your net rewards land between $994 and $1,154 annually. Compare that to someone using only Sapphire Preferred for everything. $50,000 in spending at 1 point per dollar equals 50,000 points worth $625 to $900 depending on redemptions. Subtract $95 fee, and they're netting $530 to $805. The 3-card system delivers 40 to 70% more rewards with minimal additional effort. But complexity debt kills most optimization attempts. More cards mean more statements, more payment due dates, more accounts to monitor, higher risk of missed payments that crater credit scores and trigger late fees. If you miss one payment on a card carrying a $3,000 balance, you're paying a $30 late fee plus potential interest charges. Do that twice per year across multiple cards, and you've erased $700 in rewards through penalties and interest. The solution is ruthlessly systematic automation. Set auto pay for at least minimum payment on all cards, preferably full statement balance. Use a budgeting app like Mint or You Need a Budget that aggregates all accounts into one dashboard. Set calendar reminders 48 hours before each statement close to verify auto pay executed correctly. Check all accounts once weekly, every Sunday morning. 7-minute routine. This weekly habit prevents disasters before they happen. Another risk most people ignore: spending inflation because you're chasing rewards. The bank stream scenario. You convince yourself to buy something unnecessary because it earns 6% back. That's not optimizing. That's spending 94 cents to save 6 cents. The 3-card system only works if your total spending remains constant. If these cards cause spending to increase even 8%, you've negated all benefits and then some. The psychological defense: treat rewards as pleasant surprise, never as income. Never justify a purchase by calculating the points earned. Buy exactly what you plan to buy anyway, then deploy the optimal card for that specific purchase. This mindset separation is the difference between people who win at credit card rewards and people who drown in credit card debt. One more trap that catches people: product changes and devaluations. Credit card rewards aren't guaranteed forever. In 2025 alone, we've seen multiple cards adjust their benefit structures. Chase recently changed how Sapphire Preferred points redeem through their travel portal, moving from a flat 1.25 cents to variable points boost offers. American Express periodically adjusts grocery spending caps. Wells Fargo could modify their 2% rate at any time. The 3-card system you build today might need tweaking in 18 to 24 months when issuers change programs. Review your entire setup every January when new benefits often launch. So who should actually deploy this 3-card strategy? If you spend less than $35,000 per year on credit cards, the complexity probably isn't justified. You'd be better off with one simple 2% card. If you carry balances month to month and pay interest, none of this matters because interest charges will obliterate any rewards. You must pay statement balances in full every month for rewards to make mathematical sense. But if you're spending $45,000 plus annually, paying in full monthly, and willing to invest 20 minutes per quarter monitoring your system, this setup is nearly impossible to beat. For flexible points combined with cashback, you're capturing 6% on groceries, 3% on dining and travel with valuable point transfer options, and 2% on everything else. Alternative approaches all have fatal flaws. Going all in on one ecosystem like Chase or American Express means leaving significant rewards uncaptured in categories where those banks are weak. Chasing sign-up bonuses with constant new applications tanks your credit score from excessive hard inquiries and creates accounting chaos with cards you don't actually want to keep. Using debit cards for everything costs roughly $1,000 annually in lost rewards, plus you sacrifice fraud protection and purchase benefits credit cards provide. Your implementation roadmap is straightforward. Apply for Wells Fargo Active Cash first, since it has no annual fee and easier approval standards. Wait 30 days. Apply for American Express Blue Cash Preferred. Wait another 30 days. Apply for Chase Sapphire Preferred. Spacing applications prevents multiple hard inquiries from piling up simultaneously and damaging your credit score unnecessarily. When cards arrive, immediately set auto pay for full statement balance on all three. Add all cards to your phone's digital wallet so you always have the right card available. Create a simple note in your phone. Groceries and gas go on Amex, dining and travel go on Chase. Everything else goes on Wells Fargo. Reference that note for 2 weeks until the pattern becomes muscle memory. Most people overthink this and never start. Or they start but abandon the system after 2 months because they used the wrong card 3 times and feel like failures. Perfect optimization is the enemy of good enough optimization. If you capture 75% of available rewards by using the right card 75% of the time, you're still $700 to $850 per year, better off than using one mediocre card for everything. Want more breakdowns that put actual dollars back in your pocket? Your engagement tells me what financial analysis matters most. This research took serious time to compile and verify with current 2025 data. Como tienen mon? And I only keep doing it when I know it's helping people make smarter money decisions. The bottom line is simple. 3 cards, 3 distinct roles,